so horrific that never happened to the Jews since the Holocaust, and that's why it's different. Because now we're not gonna take any shit.
Aviamini for Rebel News in Matula, northern Israel, literally 500 meters from the border with Lebanon. I'm here now, it sounds nice and quiet, but it wasn't so much earlier today with rockets falling, including one in this town, injuring three, at least one in a critical condition. Now I'm here tonight to speak to a National Guardsman who's been protecting the community that is in fact in lockdown at the moment for their own safety. This border is heating up with Hezbollah trying to take advantage of the situation the IDF face in the south on the Gaza border.
I'm here with it's like a residential group of people that live here and guard their home, like a National Guard kind of thing. And whenever there's a need, we guard the town, the village here.
And is there a need at the moment?
There's a need, yeah.
What's happening?
It's very tense because of the situation in the south of Israel. There's a threat, a real threat that Hezbollah will also open fire and start a war here in the northern border. And we have to be ready.
So today I understand that there was a rocket that's hit your town. Can you tell us about it?
There were a few rockets. I don't know if I can tell you about it, but for now there's like an unwritten agreement with Hezbollah where they won't target civilians right now, although civilians could have been hurt today. And when they do, it will start a very, very big war here. Yeah.
So we've seen I think averaging about 2 attacks on the day on this border. Today's been about 3 or 4. Are you seeing the escalation?
There's an escalation, and there were casualties, but we stay strong, and we're gonna keep doing what we're doing, and waiting for the Hezbollah if they will make the mistake and attack us.
How are civilians feeling here?
The civilians are okay. Yeah, they're used to it.
Attacks from Hezbollah?
Civilians, Matula is more than 120 years old, the village here. And people saw a lot of bombings here through the years. And all those years we stayed here when the missiles were launched at us, and we're not going to move, not now.
Look, I personally served in Lebanon, in the Second Lebanon War. I've been in Gaza many times, but this one feels different to me.
Is it different? I don't know. I don't think it's different. It's different because what happened in the Gaza Strip was a catastrophic thing. It was so horrific that never happened to the Jews since the Holocaust, and that's why it's different. Because now we're not gonna take any shit. So Hezbollah knows that, and even if Iran wants to attack us, I guess we're gonna attack so hard that they'll be sorry.
Are you worried about a war though with Hezbollah?
If I'm worried, war is not fun. It's not fun. We don't want to kill anyone. We're a peaceful nation, but we have to defend ourselves. And if you look at what happens here and what happened in the south, we are not the aggressors. First move is always from the other side. We only retaliate.
How long have you lived here?
I'm 5th generation here.
So 5 generations.
5 generations, all my life I'm here, and my forefathers were here, and they built this place, and I guess that's my destiny to stay here.
And how long have you been part of the National Guard?
It's like a reserve in the army, and around 18 years.
And so civilians are not, they're not particularly afraid of what's to come, they're just prepared.
Civilians are they saw what happened in the south, and they don't want it to happen to them. You can understand, right? No one wants their children to be slaughtered in front of their eyes. No one wants to be burned alive. So we have to do something.
So is that a fear that people have here in the north, that Hezbollah is going to try the same tactic that we saw Hamas achieve there?
Of course. That's what they're planning to do. They advertise it. It's not a secret.
They're trying to copy Hamas.
I don't know if it's copying Hamas, but it's kind of the same plan. I guess they're not that stupid as Hamas, and they know that the force that they will be against is much greater than Gaza Strip.
If Hezbollah was watching this now, what would you say to them?
If I'm sure they are. What do I say? I say, bring it.
If there's I don't know if you've seen around the world, you're probably too busy to see it, but there's been rallies around the world which are, big groups of Muslims and Islamic communities marching alongside far left-wing groups that are saying, not talking about, they're justifying the Hamas attacks. How do you feel about seeing groups justifying it from not only Islamic, but also, people that preach tolerance?
I don't think they preach tolerance. I think they went off the rails, and it's not new. It's been going on for a couple of decades, where people fall to the propaganda of the Hamas and Palestinian people, and there are Palestinians who say the truth, who tell the truth about Hamas and living with Israel, beside Israel. A lot of stories about people from Gaza who worked 30 years and made their living peacefully in a kibbutz or a settlement near Gaza Strip, but passed on to the Hamas all the information about people who live there. And they made lists of who to kill because of someone worked 30 years and made it look like he's peaceful. But no, they weren't peaceful.
So can you paint the picture for people that don't understand? Because obviously we've seen some pretty hard images of Israeli shelling in Lebanon, unfortunately even journalists being hit. People that think that Israel here needs to de-escalate and stop. To civilians, how would you explain the situation?
I already said that we only retaliate. Here in this border now, it's very obvious that we hit Hezbollah targets and they hit our IDF targets. For now. The first one that will make the mistake and hurt the civilian population will open up a war, a kind of a Pandora's box, and I don't know where it's gonna end.
What are the kind of attacks you're seeing in this area in your community?
It's direct attacks.
Is it rockets? Is it shooting?
It's very sophisticated, high-tech rockets.
Are they trying to infiltrate? Have they tried?
They have tried to infiltrate, yes.
And for now, there hasn't been any infiltration in the north. Is that right?
There could have been.
Is there anything you would want to tell the rest of the world? A message for supporters and non-supporters alike?
I don't know if there's anything I can say that will change anybody's mind, but I think you should open up your eyes and see what's really happening. See what kind of people we're dealing with. Their customs, the thirst for blood is unreal, and We just want to live, and we're giving them a way to live. They're living the best way. They have the best life in all the Middle East.
How far is the border from here? Is it a kilometre?
From here, where you stand now, I think less than a kilometer.
So the people on the other side of the border, do you hate them?
I don't know. Hate is a strong word. I don't know about hate, and in the day-to-day life, you can hate your neighbor. You know, if your neighbor does something like that you don't like, you can hate him, right? But what does it mean? You're gonna kill him? No. I don't hate him. I don't know them. I was brought up by people who lived there. When the border was open, people that lived there came and worked at us at our homes, and I grew up with them all those years. Great people, and they are controlled by maniacs.
It's all in lockdown now. Why is that?
Because it's dangerous. We don't know what they're gonna do.
If you think it's important for the world to hear from those that are actually putting their lives on the line to defend their family, their community, and their border, make sure to like, comment, and most importantly, share it far and wide, because the mainstream media are trying to paint these people as some sort of moral equivalents to the Hamas and Hezbollah terrorists. These guys just want to protect their people. So it's up to you guys to let the world know. And then head over to thetruthaboutthewar.com. Make sure to share all the stories there. And then if you believe in our mission, please consider chipping in. Thetruthaboutthewar.com help cover the costs for our important mission.